Okay, good morning, everyone. Our topic for this session will be very interesting. It's going to talk about one of the events that are going to take place at the end of days. So maybe I'll start with just give some outlines about the time. There is something in the Tanakh, in the words of the Nevi'im, when they gave us the messages that Hashem gave them, the prophecies. About some of the prophecies all over the Tanakh, they add two words. And the words are Achari Sayom. Those events will happen at the end of days, in Achari Sayom. So, if you take all the list of the big events that are going to happen at the end of days, one of them is the one that we're going to speak about today, which is the Gog and Magog war. I'm sure everyone heard about the title, Gog Magog, but from my experience, and we will see here, many people have no clue what that means. So in this particular lecture, I want to go to the Tanakh and just learn the information in the pshat level, in the simple level, not in the midrashim, not in the Kabbalah, very simple, the simple level of what information we could collect and what picture it's going to give us about this event called Acharit called Milchemet Gog Magog. I thought that the best way to start discussing it is to share with you questions that I had when I first took on myself just to learn this topic thoroughly. I heard, as everyone else, about Gog Magog war that's going to be at the end of days, but I put few questions before I went thoroughly to see what the details the Nevi'im bring us. I put few questions. I want to share them with you. In the beginning, I thought, wow, if I could get some answer about some of those questions, that would be great. But my hope was not too big. I was surprised. I got answers for all of the questions. And more than that, through looking for the answers, more questions raised, and they also got answered. So let's put the question. Question number one is, what is Gog Magog? What is it? It's obviously names, but names of who? Of what? Names of two leaders or two nations, right? Fair question. I mean, Gog Magog, who is who? What are they? Nations, people? That's question number one. Question number two, where are we, the Jewish nation, in this story? Are we involved? I mean, Gog Magog, so who are they? If none of them is us, so probably we're out of the picture. But this is a big event that connected to the end of days, and for sure, in a way, it should affect us. So where we are in the picture. Okay? Question number three. Where is the location of the battlefield? Going to be a war? Is the Nevi'im describe where it's going to happen? Where in the world? What's the location? Question number four. When is the exact time? Are they saying something specific more than in the future, at the end of days? There is any more specification about the time? So time, location, where the Jewish people are in this, and who are they, Gog and Magog. Question number five. What is the reason of the war? It will be a big war. Everyone heard that. And actually, this is going to be the biggest war ever. There is any reason? Should be a good reason for this. What is the reason? The reason mentioned anywhere? Question number 6. What will be the results of the war? If that's going to happen at the end of days, what will left after? Is that the end of the world? What will be the results? Okay? Those are basic questions. Again, I put them before I started to read it, hoping that maybe I'll get some answers. Now, let's go do the learning. And again, with the pshat level. There is a lot of information deeper in the remez, the sod, the drash. I'm talking about the pshat. So when I was looking for the information in the Tanakh, I decided that the most efficient thing will be to find out where the Nevi'im put the most of the information. Because details about Milchamet Gog Magog, about the war of Gog Magog, are spread all over the Tanakh, in many places. So I thought the most efficient way is to take the place where we have the most of the information, build it as a base, and then add information from different other places. So, obviously, when you look for this topic in the Tanakh, you will find that Yecheskel, the Navi Yecheskel, speaking in most details about the war, about this event, and it's in few places in Sefer Yecheskel, but the more detailed place is Perek Lamed Chet and Perek Lamed Tet. Two prokim, chapter 38 and 39. Now, in order to understand what he's going to say, let me just give few words about Yecheskel Navi. Yecheskel was one of the last Nevi'im. He lived in Bavel right before the 70 years of the exile started. What do I mean? I don't know if you know, but before the destruction of the first Beit HaMikdash, 11 years before Nebuchadnezzar destroyed Yerushalayim and destroyed Beit HaMikdash, he came to Yerushalayim 11 years before, because the king at the time rebelled against him. The name of the king, he was very young king, and he was in his job as a king only 3 months. His name was Yehoiachim Melech Yehuda. 11 years before the destruction of the first Beit HaMikdash, Nebuchadnezzar came with his army, captured Yerushalayim, captured the king, didn't destroy Yerushalayim yet, and take this king with all the elite people in Yerushalayim, meaning the people who hold power of money and the Sanhedrin, and take them to exile, to Bavel, 11 years before the destruction of the first Beit HaMikdash. Actually, it's mentioned in Megillat Esther that we're going to read soon, Ish Yehudi, about Mordechai. Ish Yehudi היה בשושן הבירה, ושמו מרדכי בן יאיר בן שמעי בן קיש איש ימיני, אשר הוגלה עם הגולה אשר הוגלתה את יחוניה מלך יהודה. He was one, and all the Sanhedrin also went to exile 11 years before. Yerushalayim still there, Beit HaMikdash still there. What Nebuchadnezzar did, he take the uncle of Yechonia, his name was Matanya, he was the brother of the father of the Yechonia, and he make him a king. Hopefully that he was hope that he will be a good king. He changed his name from Matanya to Tzidkiyahu, and Tzidkiyahu was the last king actually, technically, and he was the king in Yerushalayim in the last 11 years. He also rebels against Nebuchadnezzar, and then Nebuchadnezzar came 11 years after and destroyed Yerushalayim and destroyed Beit HaMikdash. Okay, this is the story. Now Yecheskel was at the time in Bavel, and he gave a lot of nevuot. The first famous one is Maaseh Merkavah in the beginning of Sefer Yecheskel. But in Perek Lamed Chet Lamed Tet, actually from Perek Lamed Vav to the end of Sefer Yecheskel, he speaks about the end of days. Many events that are going to happen, including the last chapters in Sefer Yecheskel speaks about the third Beit HaMikdash, the measurement, and Beit HaMikdash HaShlishi, the third one. In chapter Lamed Chet Lamed Tet, he speaks about Milchemet Gog Magog. And he gives a lot of details. Therefore, this is the place that we're going to start when we want to learn the issue. Okay, let's go. יחזקאל פרק ל"ח. וידבר השם אלי לאמור. I read the Hebrew, you could see the English if you want. וידבר השם אלי לאמור. בן אדם, שים פניך אל גוג ארץ המגוג. נשיא ראש משך ותובל וינבא עליו. So Hashem speaks to Yechezkel and he said, I'm going to give you a scenario. I'm going to give you a prediction of what's going to happen. Now, to who you should, this prophecy addressed, very important to understand this, not to the Jewish people. All this prophecy addressed one person that not exist at the time of Yechezkel. We will see that this event is going to happen at the end of days. So Yechezkel just got a prophecy addressed to someone who was not born at the time. And he is the target or the purpose of this prophecy. שים פניך אל גוג, ארץ המגוג, נשיא ראש משך ותובל וינבא עליו. What we could just take in order to start answer the question that we asked. Remember the first question? Who is Gog Magog? So people think that maybe it's two people. One, his name is Gog, the other one is Magog, and they fight against each other. Or maybe it's two countries. From this verses, you see clearly that the answer is none. Gog is the name of a person. Magog is the name of a country. And more than that, Gog is the king of the country called Magog. So it's not the two sides of the war, but Gog is the leader of a country or a nation called Magog. And he's going to make the war, of course, if this is the situation. The next question that raised out of it, so against who they're going to fight? If it's not the two sides, so it's one side. Okay, the name of the leader is Gog. The name of the country, of the nation, is Magog. Fine. Let's see. שים פניך אל גוג, ארץ המגוג. Now, the Navi bring us more details about this person, Gog. He is a president, נשיא, ראש משך ותובל. He is not just a king of Magog, he is also a president of another two nations by the names Meshech veTuval. Vehinave alav, and this prophecy is on him. Now, those names, even for Hebrew speakers, even for people who knowledgeable, those names says almost nothing. What's Magog? What's Meshech and Tuval? But I'll tell you what happened to me when I heard that. Because I'm a Yemenite. I don't know if you know, but the Teimanim are the only one, the Yemenite in Shul, that when in Kriyas Torah every Shabbos, we doing also the translation to Aramaic. And a kid doing this. The Baal Korah read one pasuk, and then a kid next to him translate it to Aramaic. I was this kid. Since the age of 6 to the age of the Bar Mitzvah, I was the translator in the shul. Not me, not just me, all the kids, we take turns. But in order to do that, you have to go learn it. Because you have to say it in the right way, okay?
Aramaic is not modern day.
No, it's an old language, but this is the language that the Talmud and the Zohar and many other scripture or many other Sfarim is written with. Anyways, because of that, my father sent me when I was a kid after school. You know, in Israel, the school is from 8 to 12 to 2 in the older grades. So after school, I had to go to learn this about 2 hours each day. So that, at the time, it was real not comfortable for a kid, from a kid point of view, who wants to play. But later on, I know today how to appreciate this treasure. Because that gives you almost, control on all the psukim. You have to know them by heart. So when I came to this nevuah in chapter 38 in Yechezkel, and I heard those words, and I wanted to do a thorough work, I said, wait a second, I know those guys. It's their names mentioned in the Torah. in the Torah, not even in the Tanakh, in the Torah. Many people do not even know about this, but immediately it took me a few seconds to realize where. Do you know where those names mentioned in the Torah? In Sefer Bereshit, Parashat Noach, right after the Mabul. There are the three sons of Noach comes out of the table, right? And the Torah brings the names of their children. Okay? Now look what happened. Remember those names. Magog, Meshech Vetuval. Those three are brothers. Magog, Meshech Vetuval. They are brothers of another four children of Yefet. Yefet. And here's the pasuk in Sefer Bereshit. Bereshit פרק י', פרשת נוח. ואלה תולדות בני נוח. שם, חם ויפת, ויוולדו להם בנים אחר המבול. And here's the Torah bring us the names. בני יפת, גומר ומגוג, ומדי ויוון, ותובל, ומשך ותירס. So out of those 7 kids of Yefet, 3 of them mentioned in Yechezkel. Who are they? Number 2, not number 1, number 2. The number 1, the firstborn is Gomer. By the way, Gomer is Germany. That's what the Gemara says. Especially because the next pasuk over here, after that, it's not here, I tell it to you by heart. Uvnei Gomer, the Torah says, Uvnei Gomer, Ashkenaz, Verifat, Vetogarma. Those are the name of Gomer. The Gemara says that Gomer is Germany. And Germany is the father of Ashkenaz. And Ashkenaz is Deutschland. So, it's very interesting. So, but Gomer, so far, is not mentioned in relate to Milchamot Gog Magog. Who's mentioned? His second brother, Magog, and the 5th and the 6th brothers, Meshech Vetuval. Okay? Now, this piece of information is amazingly fundamental and important. Why? Because many people today, because of the so mixed information, you know, every day today talks about politics, and every day everyone speaks about wars, and many people speaks about end of days. So mistakenly, and I'm going to prove it very clearly, many people mix Milchamot Gog Magog with the Arab-Israeli conflict in a way. Maybe it's Iran, maybe wrong. Why it's wrong? Because the hero, the main player of this war is Magog. And Magog is from Bnei Yefet. It's not connected whatsoever to the Arabs, because the Arabs are Semites. I mean, the father of the Arabs are Ishmael, which is the son of Abraham. His mother was Egyptian, and Egypt is the son of Ham, so it's not connected. It's not connected
Which
to...
one of the sons is the Arabs?
Not Yefet for sure. Shem and Ham,
It's
the Arab. Because
Ishmael came from them. Ishmael came from them.
the foundation, the founder, the father of the Arab nations, according to their tradition and according to our tradition is Ishmael.
Right.
Ishmael.
But that comes much later.
Wait, Ishmael is the son of Abraham, right? He's the son of Abraham. Abraham is a Semite. Abraham is Ushemi, right? He's the 10th generation to Shem,
Okay.
right? And his mother of Ishmael was Hagar. Hagar was Egyptian. Egypt was the son of Ham. Uvnei Ham, Cush, Umitzrayim, Ufut, Uknan. So it's a combination of Ham and Shem, not connected whatsoever to Magog, because Magog is the son of Yefet.
Right, and you also have the 2 other, the Galuses of
Doesn't it
Mada
say-
and Yavan in Espasa.
Right.
Doesn't it also say that Yefet was black?
No, Ham.
Ham.
Ham is not.
Ham is the father of Cush, and Cush is a Cushim.
That's how they know it.
Wait, we just started. It's going to be very interesting. Look
See you ready.
Look further about it. Look further about it.
And also the Arabs are dark.
Now, if you take this, first of all, what we know already, that, let's go back. That's Gog is the name of a person who is the king of Magog, and he is a president of Meshech veTuval. All three nations are Bnei Yefet. Now let me add another very interesting piece of information. In Parshas Noach, right after the Mabul, it says that the Teva, after the Mabul, Vatanach al Harei Ararat. It was landed when the water got down, right, or dried, the land dried. Where the Tevas landed? On Harei Ararat. Har is a mountain, Harim, mountains, of Ararat. Says the Targum Onkelos translated to Aramaic, Harei Ararat, Turei Kardo. The mountain of the Kurds, Kurdistan. Where is it located? In the border between Turkey to Syria, to Iraq. This is the place when the Teva was landed. Now, according to the Torah, everyone died, but the people who were in the Teva. So from there, the civilization started again after the Mabul, right? So the Torah describing later in Perek Yud that in Perek Yud Aleph, chapter 11 in Sefer Bereshis, that ויהי כל הארץ שפה אחת ודברים אחדים, ויהי בנוסעם מקדם, וימצאו בקעה בארץ שנער. They went down east, and they found a valley in Eretz Shinar. Eretz Shinar is Bavel, is Iraq. And then they built that tower, Migdal Bavel. Okay? Hashem didn't like the idea, and he mixed up their language. They do not understand each other, and they start to spread all over. So what we learn from this, that from there, people start going all over. Now, if you take the names that mentioned in Sefer Bereshis, it was the names of Yefet and the name of Ham and the name of Shem, you could find out something very interesting. In general, but in general, at the time, let's just remember, it was before people in the world knew about America and Australia, right? So, the origin was Bavel. This is the meaning of the word Bavel, Bilbul, mixed up. From there, they start to spread out. If you look at the location that they choose, you will find something very interesting. The sons of Ham, he has 4 sons, Ham, Cush, Umitzrayim, Ufut, Uknam. All of them went southwest to Africa. Egypt is in the corner of Africa and northeast Africa. That's Egypt, right? That's Mitzrayim. Cush and Phut are black people, black tribes, the Cushim and the Phut. They are in Africa. Canaan is the only one who were not in Africa, but he went to the land of Canaan. Those are the 4 sons of Ham. Again, Uvnei Ham, Cush, Umitzrayim, Ufut, Uknam. So they chose to go south. Shem stayed in
Babel is where though? Babel?
Iraq. Iraq.
Oh, okay.
Shem stayed in the Middle East. We could find Aram, Arpachshad, all of them, we could find them over there. Avraham Avinu, 10 generations after, was born in Iraq, in Ur Kasdim, right? So the children of Shem stayed basically in the Middle East. What happened to the children of Yefet? Look at the list over here. You will see that some of them that we know even today, which is Germany, Gomer, and Yavan. Where are they located? Europe. So they went northwest. Now, about the rest we do not know. I mean, Madai was closer to the south of Russia of today. That was Madai. Okay, it's still Europe in a way.
Where did the Chinese come in?
Now, the Chinese are the descendants of Ham.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's mentioned in the Torah, but let's just stick to Milchemet Gog Magog because if you okay, all right. Now, Germany is in Europe. Greece is in Europe. The rest we do not know. By the way, Tiras, said the Gemara, Tiras is Iran. Tiras zo Paras. And it's also, it's in the Middle East, but it's closer to the north a little bit to Russia. The rest we do not know. But we could assume, and later I'm going to prove it, that Magog is the name of a nation in Europe. We're going to prove it soon. Okay, anyway, we got...
Is it the Nazis?
Yes, I was thinking,
No.
is it World War II maybe?
Okay, no, but I'm going to... it's not World War II, and we're going to prove it.
What did you say
I just wanna
Tiras
know-
was?
Paras, Iran. Iran.
But I thought Madai would be Iran because Paras and Madai was Purim. And I
So
thought
it's
that they
two
were
nations. It's Paras, Umadai.
Okay.
So nations. They are brothers. They are close, right? Now, let's continue. You will see. It will be very interesting every passage that we will go. The first thing is what we could summarize so far. We ask who is Gog and Magog. We find out Gog is the name of a person. Magog is his country. He is also president or leading also other two close nature relatives. They are relatives of Meshach Vetuvah. Okay, let's continue. ואמרת אליו, this is the third pasuk in יחזקאל, ואמרת, כה אמר השם אלוקים, and said to him, to this Magog, to this Gog, הנני אליך גוג, נשיא ראש משך ותובל, I'm after you, I'm on you, Gog, the president of משך ותובל, ושובבתיך, ונתתי ככים בלחייך. Now we have to understand the language. I don't know if the translation is accurate. I'll tell you the Hebrew. V'shovavticha, if you know some Hebrew, there is something called lashuv. Tshuva. Tshuva, lashuv. Shuv is a repetition. Do it again and again and again. Shovav, exactly. Shovav is a kid that's out of control. You could not put this kid in certain place. He's always running away. So the word lashuv connected to the word lasuv, sovev, misaviv. It's the same thing. It's shin and sin and samech. So v'shovavticha. Shovavticha is shovav. Shovav is a brat. Is someone who's out of control. Okay? V'shovavticha. Hashem says to him, v'shovavticha. V'natati chachim belechayecha. Chachim are thorns. Thorns are kotzim. Like Keshoshana ben Achochim in Shir HaShirim, if you remember, if you know this. Choach ze kotz. It's a thorn. So Hashem says to him, I'm going to drive you crazy. I'm going to put an idea in your head. I'm going to cause, he said it to go. I'm going to cause you to get out of your place and go. This is the meaning of Veshovavticha. V'natati chachim b'lchayecha. I will put thorns in you so it will make you move. It will make you go. והוצאתי אותך. And I'll bring you, I'll cause you to come out. ואת כל חיל all your army. סוסים ופרשים. Horses and riders. לבושי מכלול כולם. They will be equipped with the best arms that he speaks, of course, in the terms of army equipment back in the history, right? But because he's going to say later that it's going to be at the end of days, he just trusts you that you will do the update. If he'll speak...
How is he talking to Gog if Gog is at the end? He's talking through the prophecy?
He
Through
speaks...
Yechezkel?
Hashem told him, talk to him. Don't talk to him. Just, this prophecy is about him. Write it down.
He's facing...
Write it down. And later on, when the time will come, people will understand it. But write down now the information. So he says to him, come with the best of your army, with the best equipment, and it will be a lot of soldiers. Kahal Rav, it will be a lot of people. Tzina u'magen tofsech haravot kulam. And again, he speaks about army equipment, but of course, if you will write over here missiles and grenades, no one will understand this, right? He speaks about the best army equipment at the time of Yechezkel, right? But it will be updated to Achor Seyom. That's not the thing. Okay. So what is he saying over here? That Hashem says, I will put this crazy idea in your mind, that you will go out from your place. והוצאתיך, הוצאתי אותך. And then the question is, what is your place? From where are you going to come? Later on will be a very, very specific place. You will see. I'm going to cause you to gather together a lot of soldiers, give them the best equipment, and I'll put in your mind the idea that you have to make this war. Okay, let's continue. We'll see. Who else will come with you? We saw, first of all, that he is not just a leader of his country. He is a leader of another two nations, Meshech and Tuvah. But the next verses, the next psukim bring that there are more people who are going to come with him. And the Tanakh mentioned few more nations. And amazingly enough, not all of them are relatives of Magog, meaning Bnei Yefet. Look at the list. Paras, Cush, Ufut, Itam. Paras is Tiras, he is the relative because he's the last brother of Yefet. Cush, Ufut are actually the descendants of Ham. And they also come to this coalition. So it'll be a coalition of many nations, not just from Yefet. Paras, Cush, Ufut, Itam, Kulam, Magen, Vakova. All of them will be equipped again with army things. Next, Gomer. Gomer is his older brother. He also will join. Gomer. Gomer, V'chol Agapea. V'chol Agapea, all the wings of Gomer.
All of Europe, yeah.
Wait. Bet Togarma. Togarma is Turkey.
Oh yeah.
Turkey.
Oh my God, Persia, Kush, Black.
Listen, what...
Everyone
Wait. Okay, I know. All of this is very interesting, but right now, let's go slowly, okay? You know what, I'll tell you already. All the nations in the world will be involved in this war. And all of them will come with Gog. Gog will be the leader who's going to put together a coalition from wall to wall. All the nations of... Wait. Okay, you want to run? Let's do it slowly. He will gather together all the nations of the world. You will see it later.
Who wants to?
Okay, let's continue. Beto Garma, be aware of this. Beto Garma Yarketei Tzafon. What Yarketei Tzafon? What is the meaning of the word? Yarketei Tzafon. Yarkatayim is the edge. Yarkatayim is the edge. Yarketei Tzafon from the far north. From the far north. בית תוגרמה ירכתי צפון ואת כל אגפיו, עמים רבים איתך. עמים רבים, many nations. So what's the pasuk says? Many nations, meaning there are more nations than those who just I mentioned. Because those I mentioned are few. Amim Rabim is many. How many? All of the nations of the world. And here I'll give you a piece of information from the Midrash. In Midrash Tanchuma it says, Gog Magog, the gematria of Gog Magog, the summary of in numbers, Gog Magog. Make the chashbon. Gog Magog, we have 4 gimels. 4 gimels. Gimel is 3, right? 3 times 4? 12. Gog, Magog. Mem is 40. Add it. It's 52. Magog, we have 3 vavs. Vav is 6. 3 vavs is 18. How much? Where are we holding? 70. Says the Medrash, the gematria of Gog Magog is 70. Those are the 70 nations in the world. All of them. But one. Yeah. B'shiv'im nefesh. It says in the Torah, in Parshas Ha'azinu, at the end of Chamisha Torah, Moshe Rabbeinu says in Shirat Ha'azinu, Yatzev gvulot amim lemispar bnei Israel. When Hashem separated the nation, how many nations he made? Lemispar bnei Israel. The number of bnei Israel. What number? B'shiv'im nefesh yardu avotecha mitzrayma. So 70. 70. One nation is not including over here. And as Bilam says in Parshat Balak about the Jewish nation, Hen am levadad yishkon uvagoim lo yitchashav. This nation, the Jewish nation, is levadad yishkon, is separated, and it's not counted among the 70. So there are 71 nations in the world. 70 of them are coming with Gog. I mean, Gog will come with Amim Rabim, with all the nations of the world. Okay, let's go. Let's continue. Hikon ve'achen lecha. So he speaks to him and he says the following: Hikon ve'achen lecha. Be ready.
Yeah, but is this going to even be in our lifetime?
Wait. All the questions, all your questions are answered. Just let me give the information, okay? Slowly but surely.
He said there's another 200 years left.
Hikon ve'achen lecha. Hikon ve'achen lecha. Be ready. You, אתה וכל קהלך נקהלים עליך. You and all those many people that will come with you. והיית להם למשמר. And here's another very interesting piece of information. והיית להם למשמר, meaning they will come under your umbrella. You will be their protector. All of those nations. What that says? That he is a superpower. It's not just, another person, another leader, another nation. If he could give an umbrella to all the 70 nations, it's a superpower. Okay, that's another lead. Let's see where it's going to lead us. Now, the next pasuk is an amazing pasuk. It's a long pasuk. I divided it into 3 parts, but it's going to address few of the questions that he asked in the beginning. What is the most interesting one? When it's going to happen. And the other one is where it's going to happen. So be ready. Sit very, very solid on your seats. First, מימים רבים תיפקד, באחרית השנים תבוא. Now he says over here, it's not going to happen in my lifetime. Yechezkel saying, it's not going to happen now. It's going to happen in many, many days ahead. באחרית השנים, at the end of days. Here's the word באחרית הימים. באחרית השנים, it's here. Later on, they'll say באחרית הימים. It's the same thing. באחרית השנים, at the end of days. Okay? So still, it's not, it's still vague. We do not know exactly. What do you mean at the end of days? There is any specific time that we could think of? Not yet. But if we'll add the other pieces of information, you could put it together. Now look at the continuation of the pasuk. מימים רבים תיפקד באחרית השנים תבוא. Now you switch from the timing to the location. Where you're going to come to where? Look. אל ארץ משובבת מחרב. You will come. The target. You will gather all those people, all these armies of all the nations of the world to go to where? To a place that the definition of this place will be Eretz Meshovevet Mecherev. Cherev, in any place in the Tanakh, Cherev is a war. This is the meaning of Cherev. Cherev is a war. A sword, but it's a war. A war. What's Eretz Meshovevet Mecherev? Meshovevet, remember this? V'shovavticha, shovav, lashuv, listovev. So look in the globe, in the land, the piece of land that since the beginning of the history has many, many, many war on it.
Middle East.
A what? A land. Eretz meshovevet mecherev. Meaning the last big war will occur in a place. Wait. It will happen in a place that from the beginning of the history, many, many wars were over there. It still leaves us with few options. It's probably not Alaska.
Okay. Or Hawaii.
Or Hawaii. Or Antarctica. But there are few probably places in the world that could fit this definition.
So what could it be?
Wait. Then you continue. I said I divided the pasuk to 3 parts. Look what he said in the next few words. Let's say the pasuk from the beginning. מימים רבים תיפקד, באחרית השנים תבוא, אל ארץ משובבת מחרב, מקובצת מעמים רבים. At the time of the war, this land will be unique because the population that will be on it will be coming from all the places in the world, from all the nations of the world. So it could be America, right? Could be America. If you take only this parameter, but America fits
Give
the
you 3 clues.
America fit
It's a
the
melting pot.
America fit the first definition.
No.
משובבת מחרב. How many wars were here?
Exactly. It only
It could
fits
be
Right?
Israel.
You have to take all of them together.
So many people come
You,
here.
you have to take all of the hints together, to put all of them together. So it still leave us with not clear picture until you read the next words.
Trump.
Al Hare Yisrael.
Al-Hara Yisrael, okay.
That will happen. The war will be on the mountain of Israel. Al Hare Yisrael. But he said more than that. So now we know where's the location?
Yeah.
We know where's the location. It's clear. Al Hare Yisrael. So it could not be World War II. World War II was not on the mountain of Israel.
Right.
So forget about it. It's not an option anymore. Now, when? He continued. Look at the continuation. על ערי ישראל אשר היו לחורבה תמיד. Remember, Yechazkel is speaking. Yechazkel speaks before the destruction of the first Beit HaMikdash. Then will be the destruction of the first. Will be 70 years of exile. Will be the second Beit HaMikdash for 420 years. Then will be a long period of time that the land of Israel will be deserted. And he speaks over here and he said, that will happen on the mountains of Israel after the land will be deserted for many, many years. This is the meaning of the words, Asher hayu lechorba tamid. They were for a long time deserted. And then, Vehi me'amim utza, but when the war will occur, the land of Israel will not be deserted. They will be populated with people who came from all over the world.
dwelling in security. I don't think they don't.
Wait a second. So you know what that means? That is speaking about the time after a long period of time that the Jews will be in exile and they will start to come from all over the world. It fit only the last 70 years.
Right.
So first of all, the prediction was made 2,500 years ago. This is amazing. And in the last 100 years, the place started to become ready.
Right.
Okay? על ערי ישראל אשר היו לחורבת תמיד, והיא מעמים הוצאה, but be aware of the continuation. וישבו לבטח כולם. And the people in Israel at the time will feel secure. ישבו לבטח. They will not think about an option that's going to happen, such a war going to happen. This is very interesting. Because we are now, Jews are now in Israel. Right? There are representatives from all the communities of the Jews in the world, in Israel. Not everyone is there, but there are representatives over there. Okay, we have ongoing wars with the Arabs since the establishment of the Israel state, right? But here he's not talking about a war with the Arabs. He's talking about a world war that all the nation of the world, not Arab particularly. The Arab is among the nation of the world, but not Arab. And the one who lead this are not Arabs. And they will come to perform this, to make this war, when the Jewish nation will not be ready. And it's mentioned few times in the continuation. You'll see.
So this is not the Gog Magog war that's going on in Israel now.
Oh no.
No, it can't be. It's
No.
Can
the
be.
Palestinians don't even play a factor.
Exactly. It's so amazing.
Also, I don't think Israelis feel secure.
Right.
Right now,
Compared to what's gonna
we
happen.
adding information. If you'll have patience, we'll give the entire picture. And as I told you before, it's an amazing
Is
thing.
this a for sure thing, by the way? No,
Well, what?
Is this for sure? Is this for sure?
Yes.
It's a prophecy.
I'll tell you something else. In order to calm you down, listen. In order to calm you down, I'll tell you something. It sounds horrific. But all the events of the end of days are good for the Jews, including Milchemet Gog Magog. Let's see how it will end. Let's see how it ends. Okay? So be patient. You have to just wait for all the information. We're going step by step. It's like a drama, right? But
Sometimes
let's see.
it's lighter than the tunnel, but it's a really dark tunnel with a really long time and a lot of dead people end up happening.
Gog Magog in general, in principle, Milchemet Gog Magog is good for the Jews. It's good for the Jews. How? Let's see. Now, he continue. I'm continuing in יחזקאל פרק ל"ח. ועלית כשואה תבוא, כענן לכסות הארץ. You will come very, very fast. Your attack will be so in speed. No one will be ready for it. כענן לכסות הארץ, like a cloud will come and cover the earth.
Nuclear bomb.
Let's not do
Exactly
stick.
what a cloud is.
Wait. I know. But I think we should be really careful not to make speculation and see the entire picture. See the entire picture.
These are clues for us.
These are clues.
Scared.
To what? Like
What is he saying over here?
Yes.
What the meaning of using the cloud? The next words in the pasuk. ועלית כשואה תבוא כענן לכסות הארץ. תהיה אתה וכל אגפיך ועמים רבים אותך. What he's saying over here is the following. He mentioned before that there will be kahal rav, a lot of people. And he mentioned before, and this is the second time, amim rabim, many nations. And as we said, it's all the nations of the world. So what he's saying, that they will come with boots on the ground of Israel. And will be so many soldiers that no one could see the land, the ground, because on each piece of ground will be a soldier.
Where?
In Israel. That's what he said over here. ועלית כשואה תבוא כענן לכסות הארץ, תהיה אתה וכל אגפיך עמים רבים איתך. You could not see the ground because it will be crowded. No, the soldiers of the Goyim, of all the 70 nations that will come with Gog. So they will come in ground. They will be there on the ground. That's scary. Now let's continue. כה אמר השם אלוקים, and here Hashem says to him, כה אמר השם אלוקים, והיה ביום ההוא, יעלו דברים על לבבך, וחשבת מחשבת רעה. At this very day, you will think you have very wicked ideas. חשבת מחשבת רעה. What is the מחשבה, the bad thinking that you're going to have? ואמרת, אעלה על ארץ פרזות. I will go conquer this land. That prazot meaning there are no walls, unless Trump will build one there. No walls, and it's easy to conquer. They are not ready for it. I will go for it. That's what you think. What you will think. וחשבת מחשבת רעה ואמרת, אעלה על ארץ פרזות, אבוא השוקטים, יושבי לבטח כולם. They are so quiet, they are so not fearing or not ready for this attack. יושבי לבטח כולם, you repeat this twice, that they will feel secure. יושבים באין חומה ובריח ודלתיים אין להם, they are not ready for a war in such a magnitude. So in a way, if you take the information, you see that the place started to become ready. The land of Israel was deserted for many years. Now, in the last few decades, 100 years, let's say, the Jews come from all over the world. They start to flourish the country, make it populated. So in a way, it's ready, right? But when you hear this twice, that they will not be ready for this war, it seems, okay, it's probably not now, because we are always trying to be ready for a war in Israel, right? There is an army ongoing, we have threats from all over. You cannot say on the situation of today that they are secured. Okay? Apparently, it seems like this. I could tell you that it's not correct. We are not ready. We are not ready for this kind of war. Hopefully we're ready to take care of terrorists, even to deal maybe with Iran, but no one thinking about how we're going to be ready for a war against the entire world. No one even think about this. It's not an option. And if people think about it, they say, well, forget it, because there's no point. So it fits this. It says they will not be ready for this kind of war.
Right.
Okay, so let's continue. Now it says something amazing. Remember one of the questions, if you remember the questions yet? One of the wow, 12, 13. How many times we have? How many? We could continue it in different time, but if you need to go, just tell me. You will find out the proper. 15 minutes from now.
Well, you have to leave it. Let us go on like a
Some
nice
closure,
note,
yeah.
like a nice note, so I can like sleep the rest of the day.
You could sleep good. Don't worry.
Okay.
You can sleep good. Okay. So the next thing, if you remember the questions, one of the questions was, okay, what will be the reason? After we know the location, it's on the mountains of Israel. After we know that all the nations of the world will be involved against us, against the Jews, right? After we know the timing. Why we know the timing? It could not be before the establishment of the Jewish state. Could not be. Because it says that when, okay, so we know apparently the timing. I could not say tomorrow, but it started to be ready. It started to set up for this big event. Now the question, one of the questions was, what will be the reason? Why?
That's what I was thinking. How
Right.
could one person convince
Exactly.
all the nations of the world
To
fight
come,
against
you know,
us?
it's so hard to make coalition.
Yeah, we
You
have
know
the
it.
United Nations.
Exactly. And he will be so powerful, he will go and convince all the nations of the world to get involved. No one will be neutral, not even Switzerland. No one will be neutral. Everyone will come with him. Should be a good reason. If you will hear the reason, you'll get crazy. It so doesn't make any sense. But you have to know that if you could think about a make sense reason, that could not be the reason. Because if you look at our history of the history of the Jewish nation doesn't make sense. And the more it doesn't make sense, it's more likely that it's going to happen. So here you bring a crazy, crazy reason. Could you try to guess what will be the reason? How he could convince the entire world to come to war against the Jewish nation?
Because they're too peaceful.
Okay.
Israel's so holy.
That's what it
No.
says. That will come against
Not because of that, not
There
because
has
of
to
that.
be a reason that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, right.
Yeah, so something-
Something that doesn't make sense. And he said it. Look at this. Why? לשלול שלל ולבוז בז. להשיב ידך על חורבות נושבות ואל עם מאוסף מגויים עושה מקנה וקניין יושבי על טבור הארץ. What actually it's written over here? The Jews will come from all over the world. Am, this is the Jewish nation, מאוסף מגויים. They will come from all over the world. And they will build the most solid economy center of the world over there on the mountains of Israel.
Maybe we shouldn't do that there.
We do not want to prevent this. We could not prevent this. It's good. Look what's going to happen at the end. Look at the end.
How did the Holocaust make
Anyways,
sense? Killed the Jews?
Anyways, the reason is just
It's okay. Don't worry.
pirates. All the nations of the world will be pirates to come to take the Jews' economy power. They will build a center, the economy, the center of the world will be in Israel. And that will irritate Gog. He has his personal or national reason, because even though it's a superpower, they have a problem with economy. And he will convince all the world, the nation of the world, that they should take the economy power from the Jews. It's so crazy. It so seems doesn't make sense, but that's what's written over here.
Nothing is making sense anymore.
Okay, now look at the continuation. לכן, ינבא בן אדם ואמרת לגוג. Therefore, says about Gog, כה אמר השם אלוקים, הלא ביום ההוא בשבט עמי ישראל לבטח נדע. You should know that at that day, when the Jewish nation, my nation, Hashem says, my nation, will sit peacefully, secured there, and you will use this to come to attack them. ובאת ממקומך מירכתי צפון, and you will come from your place. Where is your place? Yarketei Tzafon. Remember what's Yarketei Tzafon? Yarkatay means its edge, the edge. Tzafon is north. You will come from the north, the very far north, the edge. You will come from there. Ata ve'amim rabim mitach. You and all the nation with you. Now, the question is, who is Magog? Right? I'm going to tell you who is this. Based on this information. We have to take all the information that we know and put it one above the other. We know where's the location, right? Where's the location when the war is going to take place? Israel. Now, it says that Gog will come from the north. North of what? North to the battlefield. The battlefield is in Israel. So look what I did. I took the globe.
Love it.
Here's Israel. Here's the Middle East, right? Here's Israel. The war going to be here.
Syria?
Now go north. What is the first
Syria.
country? Wait, the first country north to Israel?
Love it.
Lebanon.
Oh, no.
Lebanon is the first one. North to Lebanon is Syria. North to Syria is Turkey. But remember, it says Yarketei Tzafon. Yarketei Tzafon is the edge of the north. What's at the edge?
Russia.
Russia.
You're the worst.
The root was always
Russia. If you take, look at this.
Oh my gosh.
Here's Israel. Here's the north. It's Yarketei Tzafon because there is nothing north.
That's right.
As north as you could possibly
There is nothing norther to Russia. It's the North Pole, right? So it's Yarketei Tzafon. But now if you add the information, you'll see how it
It's
fits.
attached from that side too, though.
Oh, what?
It's attached from the other side too.
Which other side?
This side.
Here. It's better now?
No, the other. Go back.
I mean, the same thing.
The
But
left, on the map,
You
you're saying.
see that towards
What's that?
Europe? It's attached. to
this
Turkey.
is Europe.
That's northeast.
That's what it is. It's saying Yarketei Tzafon.
Yeah.
North, right? If you take this, there's nothing north than Russia. It's, I don't know what is this here.
It's like Iceland.
Yeah.
Maybe you never know.
So there's nothing north to this. This is the North Pole. Nothing there. Nothing more than that. So it fits. Why? We're talking about a superpower.
Yeah.
We're talking about poor country economically, even though they are superpower, right? But they have financial problems. They have influence all over the world.
And they have
The KGB still there.
Yeah, it's
And they have,
the nuclear,
and
the nuclear.
And let's not forget the
No one
communism. Everyone had to follow. They know how to dictate and how.
and it was other countries that were connected to them. Brit Warsaw, the covenants of Warsaw. Warsaw, you know, it's not there anymore, but who knows, with kind of leaders that Russia has today, they could do anything.
And a lot of Mikubalim said that
So,
Russia declares
I'm
war,
not
and
saying
Russia
anything
declares
specific. I'm not saying it's going to happen today, but it seems so makes sense now when you put the things. And it says, Yarketei Tzafon. And no one ready for any war with them. So here it is. Here it is. See, this is the North Pole. This is Russia. Yarketei Tzafon. And he will run from here. He'll get all the nation of the world, and they will come. Even Kushafut in Africa, Persia, other people. They all will come with them.
But also America, because America and Russia are
Very far.
How will
The
Putin-
enemies of today are the allies of
The friends
tomorrow.
of tomorrow, right?
Right. Now, we have to finish at least this session with a happy end, right?
Right, yes.
So the amazing thing about Milchemet Gog Magog is the fact that according to the probability, the Jews have no chance against the entire world, nation of the world. And the most amazing thing, we'll probably have to stop over here just to tell you the bottom line. The most amazing thing, they're gonna be defeated.
Woohoo!
Against all the probabilities, they're going to be defeated, not because the Jews could overcome them. No one could overcome them. Only Hashem. And it will be a very interesting way that Hashem will interfere in the war, and make them defeated clearly. it will not be doubt if they were defeated or not. They will be completely defeated. And that will be the revelation of Hashem, part of the events of the end of days that going to bring or reveal the truth to the world. So to be continued,
But
we just in the...
is it true that everybody dies and then comes back to life?
No, it's not connected to Milchemet Gog Magog at all.
What,
It's
the
two,
Japanese?
it's two separated things.
Oh, because you went there last time. You said
It's
food
two
and shit.
separated things. There are a list of things, you know.
For how long? For 1,000 years?
Wait. No, don't. We have to learn the
Is
thing.
it better to just not know?
No, it's not. I
No,
don't.
because you
I don't hold on it. We have to know whatever we
When
could
things are
know.
safe in Israel, it's time to move to the Bahamas.
Whatever,
Yeah, get to the Bahamas.
whatever. You know what?
You go
Another
to
thing.
Israel, now it's
People
good
who
to be
hear
Israel.
people who hear this analysis until now say, you know what? I thought to go to Israel, but maybe I'll delay it
Yes,
until
I'll
after.
delay it.
That's
And
I'll tell you something very interesting. The most safest
That's what they say.
place
Always say that.
for Jews at the time
Is this
will
right?
be in Israel.
How there's going to be a
the
border?
We have to finish the
That's
details.
what I mean. Everybody, how are we going to get there in time?
Okay,
Well, we're
Wait,
going to
wait,
the United
is
States.
it before
That's
Mashiach or
before.
after Mashiach?
before.
The Mashiach
Oh,
will
that's what
come.
I thought. No, he said
It's before. It's actually before or with.
Mashiach.
Yeah, because we have two Mashiachim, Mashiach ben Yosef, Mashiach ben David. It's a
We
whole
have a lot
thing.
to learn.
But you're saying
Exactly.
Okay, so when are we doing the shear again to continue?
Exactly.
I know that we have a commit, like we really have a
On the
commitment.
day where-
Okay, we will stop now. This is part one, but of course we have to continue.
10 o'clock on what